Thursday must pass. What's up, guys? Welcome to the Crypto Otaku. This is I, the Crypto Otaku, here bringing you the chaos in the markets every single day, every weekday anyway, here in our crypto space. Hope you guys had a great Labor Day, right? Hope you had a great Labor Day. I just got back from the beach, so I'm still in my bathing suit. Yeah, hope you guys are touching grass, touching sand, whatever you got to do to make your life just a little better as we wait for the corn to sprout up. Of course, that's just Bitcoin. Of course, let's dive into what's been happening over the weekend. Not too much has happened, although it is positive that we've been going sideways / a little up and to the right? Number go up. Technology is continuing to prove us into the right path every single day. Looks like you see a little dip here last night as we moved into the first, into the second. I don't think I have any review on Friday. I don't think I made any predictions on Friday. At least I have nothing on my chart to go over from last week. It's just been interesting going sideways. We lost this trend line, which kind of sucks. But again, as soon as we break back above, we're going to be pushing back out. September's probably going to be a little bit of a lackluster month, guys. It's just probably the way it's going to be. It's just one more month away from Uptember, right? October. But September is looking at a little bit more of a bear-tember, right? Or a September. Actually has a better ring to it than September. So that's what it is. It is what it is, guys. We're just going to have to slog through it and get through it as best as we can. Yeah, that's of course what the current consensus is. We're going to dive into all the metrics, all the current indicators, and all the like every single day as we do every day. So let's dive into that as well. Let me get my stream going. Some stuff. There's always something not working. It's always something. Boom. No. It's just magic. Make the magic happen. Oh man, I hate having a faulty stream. There we go. I think it's coming through. Pow. We should see the dancing lobsters. Bring in the dancing lobsters. There it is. There's Rama 1/2 behind me. For those who know anime, of course. Rama 1/2. Dude, nothing is so relevant to today's gender identity crisis as that show was back in the day. Great show. I grew up with that show, man. That was a great show. And you know what? If you're going through that, man, to each their own. I'm not one to judge, but it's the world we live in today, right? Anywho, so let's dive into what we normally do. Yeah, here we go. Here we go, guys. We got our heat map back, right? We got our heat map back from Kimba. They went back live again. Everything seems to be working. Again, for those who know, Kimba is what we use here on the show for our live heat map. It's free. Don't pay for something you can get for free, right, guys? You need to be consolidating and save as much money as you can in this current world we live in. And better throw it into some sats, man. Those sats are going to be worth big money one day. So, yeah, that's why we bring on Kimba, the White Snowland. Thank God he is back in running again. I'm not endorsed by him, but I do endorse his platform. I think it's great to have this for free for everyone. But anyway, it looks like, of course, these levels right here, you can see it scroll up a little bit so you can see. It looks like there really isn't too much holding us back after we hit 59K. We're currently fighting that zone right now. There's really very little above 59,200. We have to probably sneak out a bit farther to see maybe 60K. There's probably something there. Psychological zone, right? Psychological area. And as well, it's probably 60, 5K, right? So once we smash through 60K, we'll probably run into that. But yeah, we'll go into that chart at the end of the stream anyway. So that's where we're currently at on the heat map. Looks like there's not too much really holding this back. Everything's kind of oversold in my opinion. But we'll see where we get into this month. And again, tomorrow's going to be our False Move Monday. False Move Pseudo Tuesday. Really is a Monday. First day trading tomorrow. All right, so keep that in mind. Look at this, guys. We are currently at, look at that. They printed another $5 billion since the last time we talked. 35,280 billion currently on Monday, September 2nd, 2024. Crazy times we're living in. Crazy times. All right, Fear and Greed Index currently sitting at a 63 for stonks. About ready to open tomorrow on a green day, apparently, on a green day for stonks. We'll see how it goes. And then crypto. Here we go, guys. Get ready. Hold on to your jimmies. Here it is. 26. Yikes. Let's refresh that and see if we came down a little lower or higher. Still sitting at a fear of 26. That is, I think, a few points away from extreme fear. It is what it is. It is what it is, guys. These people are manipulating our space a little bit, I think. Anyway, we'll see that when we get past the DXY. DXY coming up a little bit to 101.67. I don't know who the hell's buying our bonds. I don't think they're doing it overseas. I think it's traditional TradFi just doing what they normally do, not knowing anything about our space, just living in la-la land, la-la dollar land. And here they are, 101.6, sitting on the DXY. Treasury bonds going kind of flat over the weekend, of course, because we've been down. But yeah, I'm sure that's going to pop up and surprise us tomorrow. We'll see. All right, and then crypto bubbles. Look at this on the hour. Everything kind of coming back up a little bit on the hour. On the day, looking green now, which is amazing. All day we've been red. All day we've been in red. Holy crap, Jazzy's up 3.5% now. Ordi's up 20%. Jeez, Sats 15%. Bonk 7%. Fetch 10%. So again, this just tells me that we are oversold. Out the wazoo. Oversold. Because everyone's just buying up the dip pretty damn quick. I mean, I bought up dip. I don't know if you guys, shout out to you guys this weekend. Please like, subscribe, do all the things. This is what I'm doing this for, man. I'm doing it. Trying to find more people. But yeah, this is what I've been doing over the weekend. I've just been buying all this dip, man. It's been a nice weekend for me. Shoot, man, I must have bought like maybe like $200 or $300 worth of Jasmine, just like pumping my bags a little bit more. Mostly Jasmine. Jasmine's been kind of down a little bit. Anything under 2 cents to me is really a blessing. Currently sitting at 70 in the market cap, just shilling my bags a little bit today. AVAX down up almost 5% on the day. As well as a good one. That came down quite a bit as well. I think touched 19. It was up 20. Must have been looking at a different exchange. But yeah, close to 20. So again, all these coins, man, they're going to be amazing by the end of this bull market cycle. Solana's up almost 5% as well. It's got enough to kind of push its momentum back up to 150 again, probably. We'll see. A lot of stuff, guys. A lot of stuff to be buying. All right, my favorite key indicator of the day, of course, for Bitcoin. How much of the corn is left for people to buy across all exchanges? Look at this big giant hole we dig. We keep digging this hole here. Looks like we're filling it out. Look at that, 2.38 million. That's it, 2.38 million. Just a reminder, guys, your daily reminder. That's all you have left to share with the rest of the world of 8 billion people, roughly. 8 billion people, guys. You have to share that much with, right? That's 21 million, and we don't even have 21 million anymore, right? Yeah, this is all that's available to trade right now on across all exchanges. Is I can't even do points, man. 2 million. Where are we at? 202.338 million, right? So that's 380,000 280,000. I hate numbers, man. They're too big. They're getting too big. Divided by, of course, 8 billion people on this earth. 8 billion people is currently this amount of sats per person. You look at this, guys. We're going to go over this later. I'm going to keep this up. This is as much as you can share between every single person individually every single day. And so all that's left right now is currently available in exchange. For everyone to share, if everyone were to buy their percentage right now, this is what they would have. They would have 0.0002975 Bitcoin. That's all we have left to share with the rest of the world right now currently. I have a huge distribution chart we're going to go through after all the metrics. So stay tuned. All right. There's a lot to go over, man. I really wanted to share this. I've been holding it back for a while. We need to do a Bitcoin update in this distribution. All right. And of course, we're looking at the big players, right? MicroStrategy, nothing really moved there. We know that. Still sitting at the same 226,000 Bitcoin in their balance sheet. And then we have, of course, iShares Bitcoin Trust. They did sell off a little bit from what I think I've heard. It's still not up to date. We're still days behind on this. I'm going to get a different reference for this, guys. This is bugging me that we're so far behind. What is that? 2 or 3 trading sessions we're behind now. But yeah, I think I did hear, again, rumors they've been selling off a little bit, probably about 1,000. Again, BlackRock doesn't really sell. They've only had 5 or 6 red days this entire year, and it's only been in the 100, maybe 1,000 was their most traded session in the negative on the year. Not even, man. No, look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4. What? I thought there was 5 or 6. Is it just 4? Anywho, man, the least amount of bitcoins the most amount of bitcoins that they sold off in one single session was 637 on the day. Anyway, moving on. We got a lot to go through today. I got this whole thing at the end of our show. Toncoin still sitting at number 10, looking at top 10, top 20 assets, of course, on our space, just where we're at, right? We identify these every day. What's moving? What's shifting? What's the narrative, right? Top 10, nothing really moving in the top 5. Solana's still sitting at number 5. Although that market cap, man, damn. That market cap, it's getting crazy. It's getting crazy for Solana. 62 billion. 62 billion with a B. All right, so USDC, ahead of USDC. That's a stable coin. It's crazy. It's crazy that we're still ahead of a stable coin like that. Tether's still sitting above that in Ethereum. Again, nothing usually changes there. What's interesting is that Toncoin's still sitting in number 10 slot. I figured by now they would sell off a little bit more, but it's actually holding on pretty well. Cardano's sitting at a number 11 and Avalanche at 12. Nice to see Avalanche hanging on. And Shiba Inu, dude, we got to get these memes out of there, man. This is a utility run, guys. Heads up. If this is the first time you've listened in, this is 2024 into 2025. This cycle is going to be about true utility. It's a utility run, guys. We need to weed out these non-utility tokens. Like, where's Doge? Doge's still sitting number 8. Doge arguably could have some utility if it's the crystal ball. If you could see some of that, I don't know. I don't have my money invested in that stuff. Anywho, that's what I see right now today. Nothing too crazy moving in market cap. Looks like everything's just still kind of going sideways. If you look over here on the right, you can see all the charts basically are down and to the right instead of up and to the right. But yeah, that'll all change here soon though. Moving on. Top 10 assets in the world. Still sitting at Bitcoin, number 10. Number 10. Nothing changed here as well, guys. Bitcoin's still sitting at number 10. Although Meta is increasing in market cap again, past its $1.3 trillion market cap. We haven't seen it that high since I think it was the beginning of the year, like February, maybe January. It was at the very beginning of the year. We pretty much Bitcoin had pretty much surpassed it for a long time, and now we're knocked back down. The highest Bitcoin's been in market cap this year is been number 8. It did pass silver briefly. Just to recap, I think it was back in May, March, in that area. We were past silver, and we're going to get past there again because there's nothing better. There's nothing better. All these companies can suck an egg. All right, moving on. Bitcoin Rainbow Chart. Bitcoin Rainbow Chart is here. It's a great indicator. If this is your guys' first time seeing this, I'm sure it's not. Right now, according to this chart, we are still in the buy zone, edging further and further sideways. Will push us back into my favorite zone. Bitcoin's basically a fire zone, which where we burn U.S. dollars in that zone. Unfortunately, Benny has been able to hang on out, right? Hang on, man. Benny's been hanging on, right? But not for long. Watch this month may be a really red month, and we might be burning more bennies as we buy more Bitcoin. All right, it's just what it is. It is what it is. Moving on. Let's see what I got. Some news articles pulled up. This one was interesting. Coinbase legal chief criticizes SEC's vague position on FTX plan. Says investors deserve way better. What is this about? Coinbase's chief legal officer criticized the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission (SEC) for ambiguous position regarding FTX's proposal to prepay creditors using stablecoins or other cryptocurrencies. Although the SEC did not explicitly deem these transactions illegal, it retained the right to contest them, leading to the frustration with the crypto community. This uncertainty has prompted calls for clear regulation guidance from federal agencies. Looks like they do not like the use of stablecoins currently as they are. So yeah, we're just going to have this constant legal battle over. We're just going to get some proper regulation in our damn space yet? Like, what the heck, Gary? It's fine. We're going to have probably someone else to fight with here soon enough by the end of the year. I think either way, whoever wins, we're going to have a different person to fight with. And don't you think that's going away? It's not going away, guys. We're going to fight. If it's not Gary, we're going to fight with someone else. I'm going to skip going through all this. Let's go. Government overspending puts the U.S. in a fast lane to bankruptcy, according to yours truly, Elon Musk. Fast lane to bankruptcy. More elaborate could you be? In recent times, Elon Musk, the owner of X and CEO of product architect at Tesla Incorporated, has been voicing his concerns about inflation, as he should, as we all should be. This discussion became especially prominent after he interviewed former U.S. President Donald Trump just 2 days ago. 2 days ago? When was this? I don't remember him interviewing him again. This was back. This is the end of 21 hours ago. So it's not that long ago. I'm not familiar with another interview. Declared the U.S. is in the fast lane to bankruptcy after sharing a post regarding the national deficit. Just a heads up, he came out today too. I'm not sure if it was official through him, but there was teases of an X YouTube-like platform called XTV. I have to back the sources up on that, guys. Do some research and verify, of course. But that's the rumor right now. Interesting stuff. We might be moving on to X. You're on the stream. Ex-owner Elon Musk continues to criticize U.S. government spending, as it should, and he did, of course, get put on that committee on the U.S. cabinet for Trump's campaign as the DOGE, guys, Department of Government Efficiency. So don't forget that's still in the cards with RFK as well in that cabinet. Pretty cool stuff. Anyway, this past week, Elon Musk has reiterated his stance that the rampant government spending is the key driver behind the severe inflation and has troubled the nation. During an X Spaces show where Musk interviewed former President Trump, he expressed a concern that telling Trump that he sees the government overspending as a major problem. Musk also emphasized that a lot of people just don't understand where inflation comes from. Exactly. That's what I talk about all the time. We do not have financial education in our country. It's there on purpose. It's missing for a reason. Because they do not want to know. They don't want you to know what's going on behind the curtain. Underlining the widespread lack of awareness on the issue, of course, at current rates of government spending, America is in the fast lane to bankruptcy. Government overspending is what causes inflation. This is what got him on that committee, on the cabinet for DOGE. But yeah, I don't want to bore you with the rest of the details, but yeah, that's interesting. I've got to see if I can find that conversation and listen in myself as well. But yeah, that's what's going on with Elon. We've got a bunch of numbers I want to go crunch through on Bitcoin as well, where we're currently at as of May. Let's just kind of dive through the rest of these articles I've handpicked. There really isn't too much news coming out right now. This one here, crypto leaders plan to raise $100,000 for Kamala Harris to influence crypto policy. This is, again, I keep saying, crypto is not partisan. It is a bipartisan issue. It doesn't matter if you're left or you're right. Both need to be funded, right? Both like money. Yeah. Well, guess what? Crypto, of course, is the emerging market class. Web3 is the newest deal, the big trend in tech, and it's going to be funding it's going to be paying AI. They're going to use crypto to pay each other. I think the Democrats are going to need some of that money. So this is a good turn. Hopefully this will be kind of like the sprinkles on top of the larger picture that they can eventually start getting funding and pushing proper regulation into our space. We need it. We need it. We do need a bipartisan support movement for crypto. And we've seen a lot more of that here this year than ever before. Crypto leaders plan to raise $100,000 for Kamala's campaign, right? Crypto leaders, a group of crypto industry leaders organizing and fundraising support for U.S. Vice President Kamala Harris amid aiming to influence her stance on cryptocurrency. Should she win the presidential election in November, we need someone else on our side, right? The fundraiser scheduled for September 13th on Washington, D.C., seeks to raise $100,000 with ticket prices ranging from $500 to $5,000, according to the report by Reuters. The initiative, superheaded by the Blockchain Foundation, shows that some in crypto communities support Harris's over her rival, Donald Trump, despite her relatively muted position and overall lack of talking about it on cryptocurrency. Harris's lead Trump in national polls, according, if you want to believe these polls, I don't know if I believe them either, but whatever. 3.2% lead over Trump currently in the national polls. While we're talking about that, let's just check Polymarket right now. Again, it's on the Polygon blockchain, guys. This is crypto related, so chill out if we go too much into politics. But yeah, it looks like currently Trump is leading on at least the bets on Polymarket. All right, moving on. That may have been all the handpicked stuff. Oh yeah, I did the big one. The big one. I put in my thumbnail. We're going to get into this one. I saved it to the end because it's a big article. How BSV beats BTC. If you guys aren't familiar, I was on a show with Maximus Crypto, right? Dude, he's been one of my, he's been a legend, a king in the space. I've been watching him since 2021, 2022, I don't remember when I first started. He's been ups and downs with him. He's got me through the bear market. And him and I had a powwow one night, just kind of throwing ideas back and forth. And one of our major key topics was BSV, as he convinced me to purchase some BSV. But BSV is a competing hard fork of Bitcoin, right? It's a similar hard fork as all the other hard forks are of Bitcoin. Basically, a carbon copy with different denominations of Bitcoin and, of course, with the same rules-based system. So if you know Bitcoin, you know BSV by the fundamentals alone. But Craig right here is here to, he returns to social media this week after his Satoshi claim falters. If you guys haven't been paying attention, we covered it all year. He was in a lawsuit. He was being sued over his claims of being Satoshi Nakamoto, and apparently that fell through. He could not prove that he was Satoshi. Some people still believe he's Satoshi. I personally do not believe he is Satoshi, but we're going to dive in assuming that he is. Okay, just keep that in the back of your mind, right? Maybe. Maybe. Promoting BSV as the genuine Bitcoin, BTC. The identity of Bitcoin creator Satoshi Nakamoto still remains one of the cryptocurrency's greatest mysteries. No conclusive evidence supports any of the various theories, despite numerous claims over the years. Nakamoto's true identity continues to elude the community. And this recent ruling, UK High Court decisively removed Craig Wright from the list of contenders, finding that he had fabricated evidence to claim that he is Satoshi Nakamoto during the COPA versus Wright case. Deterred by the setback, Wright resurfaced on social media, posting under the new account S. Tomi Naga on X, continuing his efforts to promote Bitcoin. Satoshi Vision. We're going to get into that. Craig Wright takes the high ground, since Wright has shared a range of content on his new X account, including philosophical quotes, reflections on the COPA case, and critiques of Bitcoin, such as it is straying away from its original role as a payment system, which I hopefully agree. In a recent post, Wright stepped in on rivalries between the BSV and DTC, expressing strong expectations for a BSV to win, despite being outmatched on every possible metric against Bitcoin. Wright framed BSV's victory as coming from its moral superiority to Bitcoin. Here's his post. I don't merely wish for BSV to win, I expect it to. BSV was not born from a desire to compete, but from the conviction that it could redefine what is possible. It is my creation, not for the sake of victory, but for the sake of an idea it embodies. A means of truly distributed. We're just gonna go into X. Means of the distributed value exchange. A value exchange. So yeah, he's basically, his argument is Bitcoin was a real vision. Again, Satoshi vision, BSV, was intended for payments, as it says in the white paper, right? Instead, what we're using it for now, which is a store of value against inflation, a competitor to gold, digital gold, and all the, you guys know the rhetoric, guys. You guess the typical malarkey, right? We always preach here on the Crypto Otaku with Crypto Chaos. Yes, but in a recent post, this is what he's saying. According to Wright, BSV's emphasis on payments has highlighted features like micropayments and advanced scaling. It positions it to be the true and only one Bitcoin. He contended that these attributes are more important than the traditional measures of commercial success, emphasizing BSV's principled approach. Now, we're gonna go through the whole thing, and then I'm gonna tell you what I feel about it. I have a lot of things just emerging, but we're gonna get through it. BSV down bad against Bitcoin. Of course, the price, right? The price is down bad against Bitcoin. While Wright emphasizes that the principles and ideals outweigh metrics, the market has allegedly largely determined that Bitcoin is the true Bitcoin. BSV versus BTC trading pair, which reached a peak of 0.05 in January of 2020, equivalent to 19 BSV per 1 BTC, is now requires approximately 1,416 BSV to buy a single Bitcoin, making a 99% decline in its value against the original, Bitcoin. Again, this is just talking about price. We're going to get into tokenomics and everything else. Moreover, BSV appears to be losing traction among users. Active addresses to the BSV network recently dropped to 171,000. Oh my gosh, it just sent us to another website. The project is set to introduce a critical upgrade to Q3, aiming to enhance scaling capabilities with a targeted 1.1. Guys, this is important. 1.1 million transactions per second. That's a lot more than current Bitcoin can currently do. A lot more. On the flip side, Wright has appealed in the result of the COPA case. BSV founder is also challenging a worldwide freezing order on his assets filed by Peter McCormick. Despite the UK's court's verdict of the COPA case, some still believe Wright created Bitcoin, although he still has no proof. Why this matters? While Wright has stepped back from claiming to be Nakamoto, he still remains steadfast in believing that Bitcoin is not the true Bitcoin. It's not the true Bitcoin because BSV, of course, Satoshi's vision, is ideally aligns more to how Bitcoin be used for payments, right? Scaling and everything else for that, and not just for store value, because we still have to worry about later down the road. Bitcoin's original intention, as it stands, cannot be. We cannot get success with that because of how it's going to be handled with scaling in the future. If we do not find a solution other than the Lightning Network, you cannot really use it for much scaling. So that's kind of the argument there. I don't want to spend too much more time on this, but my biggest argument, of course, is what they were saying. Transactions per second, right? It's just not there. TPS is just not there for traditional Bitcoin. All right. So just keep that in mind, guys, as this kind of continues. Again, going back to me and Max's original conversation, was that it doesn't hurt to have a little bit of a competing product, whether or not you believe or not, or not believe that Craig Wright is Satoshi Nakamoto, and of course the technology is still sound. Can it still replace Bitcoin? Possibly. Anyway, just moving on from that, just want to, again, introduce that to people that are not aware. BSV is still a viable product. Okay, so yeah, before we get into all the normie stuff like we normally do, I do want to just kind of go over. So I'm talking about Bitcoin a lot today. I was on I got a road trip today again. Went to the beach. Still wearing my bathing suit. But yeah, I was talking with some friends about this, and it's very important for people to understand where we are currently. This is as of May. As of May, where we are and where you are. Where's your bags right now, right? How much Bitcoin do you hold? And where are you in the grand scheme of things in terms of this new asset class and the top 1%, 2%, 10%, 20%, whatever, wherever you are, right? If you're upper poor like me, or you're middle class, or you're just straight poor, currently in our current legacy system, where will you be when Bitcoin is at its all-time highs? Oh, I'll tell you right now. So this chart was really, really awesome. It came out in May 6th of 2024. If you currently have 0.0000001 Bitcoin, which was trading around. That's the amount of money per the entire asset. Man, I'm gonna have to probably look up these as I go. Oh Jesus. We're just again, one Bitcoin equals one Bitcoin. You guys know that, so we're gonna stick to that. But yeah, you are currently at you're gonna be basically the 99% if you have that little of an amount of Bitcoin. That's not very much, right? And a lot of addresses hold way underneath one Bitcoin, and that total amount too only amounts to about 30 coins. It's nuts. So again, these are just kind of maybe test wallets, that sort of thing. Again, multiple users like me have multiple wallets. You may have multiple wallets. I think the average amount of wallets per user is about 2 to 4, right? I think it's pretty normal. So just keep in mind that these addresses, these numbers, right? Multiple users. Some institutions have, tens or hundreds. Just keep that in mind. All right, moving on. If you have 0.00001 Bitcoin, right, or 2.0001, you are between the 90%. You're in the 90% range, right, of users, holders, right? That's not very many coins as well. It's only amounts to about 500, less than 500. I would imagine a bit more now. Again, this is a few months ago. So not too exciting yet. If you have 0.001 and 0.01 Bitcoin, though, you are within 45% of our space, right? 45%. We're getting a little bit more like middle class now, right? So we're talking about 0.01 Bitcoin, right? That right now is 1% of a Bitcoin. That's $600 right now currently, give or take, right? 600 USD. Yeah, you're middle class basically in terms of amount adoption and users. Here we go. 0.1 and to 1 Bitcoin. You are now at the upper echelon of 9% roughly, 8.5%, somewhere in that range. If you have 0.1 to 1 Bitcoin, that's up there, man. You're top now. You are top dog. You're higher. You're upper class. You're definitely maybe starting to think about buying a top hat and a monocle. I don't know. And that depends on how crazy Bitcoin gets over the years. And then you're at your 1 to 10 Bitcoin. You are now within the 2 percentile range of users. Addresses. Not even users. I'd argue and say addresses. I would almost take like 1 point off of all of these. Maybe a percentage point off of all these. Or something like that. Because again, you're not in that range. Yo, thoughts on SWFTC, big dog? What? Shout out by Nicholas Craft Coxes. Oh wow, I can't even pronounce your name. Craft Coxes. Yo, thoughts on Swift? Swift FTC. I really don't have anything to say about that. I can pull it up real quick and take a look. I haven't really dug too much into that particular coin. But you know what? I am always open to learn. But yeah, those are the big key levels right here. Again, these are probably within your reach still. 0.1, that's like $6,000, right? Yeah, to 1 Bitcoin, it's a bit harder, 60,000. I still think it's within range of most people. If you start DCAing today, dollar cost average today, get to some of these levels, guys. This is a really important time period for you to be stacking sats. All right. Let's dive into that real quick. SWFTC. I'm curious to see what that is as well before we get into the normies for the night. SWFTC. We're just going to go to coin market cap as we usually do. That's coin perspective. Where's my coin market cap? There it is. SWFTC. To me, it just sounds like on the for face value, it just sounds like. Can I not type tonight? What? It's not letting me type. Okay, I can't click on anything. I think my stream's crashing. What? Or coin market cap is crashing. Okay, SWFTC. To me, it sounds like Swift, like the legacy, Swift system. And we'll go back to this coin. It looks pretty bullish. I'm not gonna lie. This chart in the 1 day looks bullish, but it's kind of like the same as every other chart, really. It's pretty much the same as every other chart. This is the yearly. It just came out about. Oh no, it came out back in the last. Wow, it came out a long time ago. Whoa, 2017, 18. Looks like it had a price of what is that, 7 cents back in the day. Damn, dude. I don't know. I'm not sure. It looks like a dead coin. Looks like it, but I mean, you never know. Things could come back. Let's see Swift coin. Let's see a little bit about Swift coin real quick. Then we'll move on to the normies. Dude, Swift coin is the native currency of the Swift blockchain platform, available on multiple blockchains, including the ERC20, Binance Smart Chain, BSC, HECO, and ETHF. As the ERC20 token, SWFTC was initially launched on the Ethereum blockchain. Ever since it's been expanded its presence to the compatible networks. Plays a pivotal role in Swift blockchain system, serving as utility token. It powers various functionalities and provides benefits to users. Holders provide advantages as a 50% discount on fees charged. Okay, so it's an exchange token. That's what it sounds like to me. Sounds like it's an exchange token. I do not care specifically for exchange tokens. That's just me. That's my personal preference. Just letting you know, guys. Like that's just. I don't throw any money at BNB or Coinbase's Base and that ecosystem. Even though that looks like a surprisingly, pretty well liked ecosystem, and I think it's gonna do okay. Crypto.com. I've already been in these things before. I just don't want to support an exchange. I'm an individual. I'm supporting my own right to be my own bank. Anyway, so that's just my personal opinion. And we've already seen so many of these exchanges go down. I just don't support them. I just don't. Sorry, man. That's just how I feel about it. But if you believe in this project, again, do your own research. Verify. Don't trust, just verify. And that's how I feel, man. Tim Draper backed it, apparently. That's interesting. That's what Nicholas says. Well, to each their own. To each their own. I'm there for utility, and you know what? This has utility. Okay, this has utility. It's just not something that I personally throw in my bags, to be honest. But some people do. I know there's a lot of people out there that are really betting big on Crow. Crow's. I used to hold Crow back in the day, but ever since they sold that stadium, they purchased the stadium through Crypto.com on it. I just haven't really seen much of appreciation for it, so I just kind of backed out. Anywho, going on to the normies. Getting on to the normies. How is everyone feeling today? What's the latest on X currently? What are the memes? It looks like there's a lot of nonsense. Supreme Mathematics. What the hell? I don't know what's going on with that. I do like some of this art, though. Supreme Mathematics. We got the Shiba Inu dog. He passed away a while ago, didn't he? The man, this is not looking. Is that a pizza cooked in a pan? What the hell? My wife and I made a blast making a pizza from scratch, worked together, blah, 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 blah. Pizza is Bitcoin, like the dough. It's the bitmap standard, and they're like basically comparing a pizza to Bitcoin. Jesus. I don't know, man. There's really nothing the normies are talking about today. It's kind of a lackluster day. Everyone's just chilling. Everyone's touching grass. Everyone's touching sand, like I did this afternoon. What is this? What the hell? Are those What is that Pi? Oh, no way. I haven't heard about Pi in a long time. One of my friends told me about that a long time ago. It looks like Pi. That last I heard that was a scam, dead coin. I don't know, or at least didn't like make its tokens available on any exchange. Damn, there's nothing today. There's nothing. I was hoping for at least one good meme. There we go. To the moon. Pup mode activated. Boo. There it is. We're going to the moon. We just gotta get through September first. That's it. That's all, guys. All right, moving on to the rest of the normie stuff. Google Trends. What are the normies searching today on Labor Day? Are they searching anything fruitful? Probably not. Looks like Boston sports. Chick-fil-A. Why? I don't know. Samsonova sports, I'm assuming. ESPN's fantasy football. Sports. Joey. Dude, these normies love their sports, man. They love their sports. They can't stop talking about their sports. Keanu Reeves is in the top 10. That's weird. Wonder what he's doing right now. We got another Matrix movie coming, or another John Wick movie coming. Yahoo Fantasy Football. Again, football, sports. Odyssey Jones. Dollar General. Dollar Tree. I wonder if they're merging. Happy Labor Day. Yippee, Labor Day. Yes. James Darren. Sports. Venezuela. And sports. Yeah, if you guys haven't heard, Maduro got pulled from his plane too. Just like Pavel did. I don't know the details yet, but I saw that popping up on X. Then sports. They love their sports, man. I can't stop the normies. That's what they love. They do what they love. Right, and then of course we're looking at the past 7 days on Bitcoin. Google Trends looking like it's pretty much flatlined. I would even argue and say we're a little lower. Yeah, about norm. Yeah, we're just still going flat, sideways. Nicholas also says, literally gonna be a depressing month, in my opinion. Wake me up when September ends, like the song. Yeah, that's what it looks like, man. That's what it's looking like. But that's why we got our stack, right? That's why we're looking for the future and where we're gonna be seeing the top percentile range of our wealth in our new asset class. So yeah, that's all I got tonight in a nutshell for you guys. It looks like, yeah, Bitcoin's just kind of going sideways, kind of recovering from the weekend. Again, there's nothing really trading. We haven't been trading since Friday. It's been a long weekend, a really long weekend. So tomorrow, I would not be surprised if we just sell off all of the stuff we've just kind of accumulated and retest these levels. If we can't get back above this trend line tonight, guys, we're gonna see basically a fall down in the morning to test these lower levels of support, 56K, 57.5, and those kind of bouncing around those ranges. If we can't get back above there tonight with China and Japan, although China and Japan they've been pumping our bags over the weekend. I woke up this morning and it was looking pretty positive for Bitcoin and other crypto assets. Another one I like to look at, especially in Japan and market opens, is Jasmy. Of course, being the Bitcoin of Japan, still kind of pulling off a little bit as well on these high trading volume hours, like 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for here in the United States, as well as their own in the inverse. And 12 a.m. here in the United States is their 12 p.m. in Japan. So just keeping an eye on some of these coins. They're a little more favorable in their respective countries to give an idea where we're going to be at in the following morning for our bigger players like Bitcoin and Ethereum and Solana here in the United States. So just a big takeaway for that as well. I've just been paying attention to all this stuff for years, man. It's just so natural to me. So with that being said, do I think there's gonna be a sell-off? Again, this is my feeling, is that we're gonna have a false move Monday on a Tuesday, and maybe kind of recover by the end of the day. Let's get Bitcoin China out of here, as she's about to get punched in the gut again, like she normally does almost every single night. She's surprised, Jesus. But yeah, it's all fun, man. You can have some dark humor. People can get surprised, it's fun. They can't kill comedy, man. All right. So let's just dive a little bit more into this. I'm gonna go into the 1 hour, maybe. I like the 15-minute. I always like the 15-minute. It just paints a clearer picture for me. So yeah, right now we just got this very, very clear bull trend. upward in the last. I mean, since last night. No, that's just this evening. No, that's last night. Yeah, since last night. That's just Japan and China and Germany, since they worked today and we didn't. So let me change that to yellow or something. Why is that? That's weird. There we go. Change that to yellow. And yeah, so with that, again, that trend being our friend currently is going to become interesting to see how that plays out in the morning. When, of course, usually, as I say every single night, when we're doing positive here in America, into the evening hours, if we do a little too much overbuying, right, we start selling. And then the same thing in inverse. Too much selling, oversold, we start to buy. So, yeah, that's just kind of where, again, we're ping-ponging back and forth with the rest of the world as people want to take their profits for the day. And yeah, we're going to probably see a similar thing tomorrow unless something comes out, man. The SEC wants to drop the boot, put the knife away. I mean, I don't know. Anything could be possible, but just based on current sentiment, I feel like, this is getting tight right now. We'll know here in about 15. Well, we can look at the tight range and see where we're going to squeeze out. And if we can't get above that previous back test of where's that range at? Right there, basically 60K. If we can't get above that, well, even lower than that, we're stuck at 59.5 basically. If we can't get above that before tonight's end, looks like we already tried to test it there, and that was about 2 hours ago. Yeah, I just don't see it. I don't see us breaking out of there tonight. If that's the case, then we're probably going to be bouncing off of here until the early hours and then return into the morning and just kind of, again, fall down and retest this. That'd be my guess because, again, U.S. hasn't traded since Friday. They're going to want to step in and do their thing, right? So that's just my guess. We'll see tomorrow how well I did. I've been doing pretty good, man. Usually it's like 3 out of 5, 4 out of 5 every week. I get really close. I might not be perfect on the timing, although it is, again, it's easy to time where we're going to be based on our ranges and, the liquidity, right? The liquidity that's always in our space at 9 a.m., right? 9 a.m., 9 p.m. for the overseas, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and then midday, 12, right? Everyone going to lunch. High peaks of volatility, and then settle down into the end day, where we usually close. Usually like between 3 and 4. I would say 3:30. We usually sell off whatever gains were made, or we start rallying for the next day, and that's usually every single day. And I've proven this day after day it's the timing is there. If you guys just look at the past volatility, you can see here in these ranges. That's when it happens. It usually happens between lunch and 3 o'clock. And open can be good or bad. It can be a blessing or it can be a curse. And so that's just kind of my perspective, what I see every day, and this is kind of what plays into that. Looks like I'm out again on the hours here, but I'm going to put this back where it belongs. It needs to be around 8 a.m. on Tuesday. Yeah, I need to redraw that. Jesus, I'm playing a little too close here. So that's 8 p.m. there. Say we touch this, so go down to midnight, come back up a little bit into the morning, and then about 9 a.m. we're just gonna fall down and retest this, and hopefully we can bounce back there. If not, we will maybe test that tonight earlier. But at some point, I feel like we're gonna come back down here and retest this 57.7, and then move back up and reconsolidate upwards, unless there's a huge macro event. We'll see. Could be another Gaza event tonight. I don't know if you guys heard about the polio thing, the whole polio virus. Gaza hasn't had it in 25 years. All of a sudden, now they have it. It's almost like, maybe you guys should stop fighting. No, maybe you guys should stop fighting. Oh, there's polio now. Oh, maybe you guys should stop fighting. That's how I feel about it. Crazy conspiracies, huh? That's how I feel. It just pops in my head, man. I don't know where it comes from. Just don't forget, guys, before we end the show, how do you tell if your cash is counterfeit? Does it look like the US dollar? Does it look like Benny? Does it look like Benny? It's probably counterfeit. So no matter what, who printed it, is counterfeit. Yeah. Don't get scammed, guys. Don't get scammed. Buy Bitcoin, right? Invest in your future and your name, your legacy. Buy Bitcoin. All right, guys. That's enough for my show. Hope you had a great day. It's been a great one for me. Got some sun. Had some fun. And, yeah, ready for tomorrow, man. Let's see what Tuesday holds. Have a great night. Don't be stupid. Don't be selling your coins. Oh, my God. Listen to Oscar. Don't be stupid. And, yeah, I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Have a great night. Peace.
According to the Wall Street Journal, the agency informed the NASDAQ and the CBOE that BlackRock and Fidelity's proposals are insufficient.
We can make the dollar the most attractive currency by continuing to have the rule of law.
You always print money to do that.
I suppose it would diminish our status as the reserve currency.
Just shut up. There's no expectation of privacy above the in the sky.
So Bitcoin is the solution because you can buy Bitcoin right.
Bet.